Thanks for tuning in to OPM Live, which is an extension of Ordinary People Magazine. I'm so happy that you all decide to join us today. We have an awesome guest, and I can't wait for you to meet her and learn everything about her and what she has going on. Before we get to that, let us thank our sponsors, Southern Eagle Music Group. It's a Raised Vision, Blue Skies and Green Grass Publishing, and of course, V. Marshy Enterprise. It's been an awesome week. We've had so much going on, but you know what? We just keep going on and we are continuing to keep ourselves safe. I know I say this every week, but let's not forget keep yourself safe as you're keeping others safe. It's so important. So, we're not going to get into all of that, but I just wanted you all to know how happy I am to have you here today. And we got an awesome show. So let's get with it. We're going to bring in our guest and let's bring her in. Hello, Miss Curzetta Austin. How are you today?
Hello, I'm doing wonderful.
We're so happy to have you. So let's just get to it. Why don't you share with our audience a little bit about yourself and what it is that you have going on?
All right, my name is Curzetta Austin. I am currently an educator in Shelby County Schools, elementary educator. I'm also the founder of YOUnique Performing Arts and Youth Outreach. A spoken word artist, playwright, just creative artist, and a youth advocate.
So tell us about is it unique performance art? What is that all about? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's a comprehensive, holistic, creative arts and social emotional learning program for teens, just to give them an outlet to be uniquely who they are and express, lead them towards their purpose, and give them opportunity for creative expression and to deal with their social emotional health.
Oh, okay. And what is it that you all do? You all have events coming up? Do you have anything like that that may be going on?
Absolutely, we actually have a current event going on the day after Black Friday, the 28th, I believe, or the 27th. It's going to be on Saturday at the Agri Center. So you get to see some of our young people perform, put on a creative performance. And there's going to be giveaways, a toy drive, all this going on. And also in March, we are endeavoring to put on a creative production at the Bartlett Performing Arts Center called Love Has No Color.
And all of this takes place in Memphis, Tennessee, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Right
Oh,
here in Memphis, Tennessee.
okay. So other than so what else do you do with the children? We have the performance art. Is there anything else that you all do within the community?
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Right now, we know with the climate that's going on with the youth, with the uprising, not only of violence, yes, we understand that our generation, this next generation, is kind of in a state of emergency as far as the mental health is concerned. And so we have designed, especially coming up in the spring, a 16-week program that would journey and actually navigate through, help young people navigate through just different issues that they're dealing with. Anything from bullying, professional, any type of professional development we're offering. We endeavor to do a lot of mobile things throughout the city where they're doing creative pop-ups, just giving them a positive alternative to the things that they're inundated with within society. So the most pertinent thing that's coming on up is being able to have these training classes and being able to kind of journey along with these young people as they navigate through some of the life issues that are facing them. As older people, we had the foundation of being able to have someone to walk along with us and help us grow in certain areas. Right now, there's a lack of that. And so, with me being, one of the many youth advocates out there, I just want to be an example of positive catalyst for change to actually help them do that through a variety of different venues.
Yes. I think I don't have any young people in my home any longer. I'm an empty nester, so I am always lost, so to speak, or maybe not paying attention to it. I think once your kids leave out of the house, you really don't pay attention to what's going on in the next generation of younger people. But it's definitely great to still have advocates for the youth. And how did you get it? How did you become such a strong advocate for the youth?
I've always had a heart for children, but I think the main thing that propelled me in this area is because of the pain that I experienced. I dealt with, for years dealing with low self-esteem, low self-worth, depression. That's just part of the story. But I had a great foundation growing up, as far as, parents being in the home. Of course, I had a lot of life experiences happen, like many of us do. Of course, I was relentlessly bullied all throughout elementary, high school, just my academic career. And a lot of times, those inner things that we deal with, we don't always have that person to go to. So I want to be to another young person what I had. I had a strong foundation around me. I had great loving parents. I had a village around me that I feel that is really missing in the community right now. We know that fragmented families, that filters over into the community. We can't build our family stronger, then we don't have those strong communities, and ultimately can be effective worldwide. So a lot of my passion came with a lot of the pain that I dealt with, and just kind of turning it around and being a positive example of how you can overcome some things and not become a victim to life circumstances.
Yeah, I totally get that. I can remember being bullied as a younger person,
Mm-hmm.
either because I was short, dark, dark,
Mm-hmm.
dark skinned, and wore glasses, and was slightly, when you make all the A's and the B's, nobody likes you. You become the teacher pet for some reason,
Yes.
and back then, I guess it's still the same. Back then, no one really cared for you being the teacher pet if you got called on a lot, or even if you knew the answer to a question. And I can remember oftentimes just really not wanting to answer the question, even though I knew the answer, so not to be picked on. And I sat up front, not because only because I couldn't see the board before I got my glasses. That's the only reason that I sat up front, but nobody else knew that. So it is really that's an awesome thing that you're doing. I think anyone that can have a heart for the children of today
Yes, ma'am.
are is such a it's so different because of the dynamics are different.
Absolutely.
Although you may have been bullied at your time, your time frame, and I also, it is still so very different because kids don't play
Yeah.
fair now. Nobody was going home to get a gun when I was little.
Absolutely. They're just, I think you said knocking sticks off of shoulders and doing stuff like that and fighting with fists. Now it's knives and guns.
Oh
And
yeah,
yeah, and a lot of these young people don't understand the finality of life, and really, like, you can't once you make that decision, you can't take that back. Even with what just went on recently at one of the really famous, I don't want to call the name, but of course we already know the story because it's in the forefront of the news now, at one of the concerts now, that just happened with those young lives that were those casualties. Is I guess I'm so concerned about that, because not only am I concerned about just the physical health, but the mental, emotional, and spiritual health of today's generation. Because I feel like we all are here for a purpose. We're not just here to just drift through life casually. We all have been given a special gift and a purpose. And that's one message that I want to get over to the young people: to use your uniqueness. Because I know I'm unique. When I was younger, I used to get teased about the way I looked, about the way I walked. I have a chromosomal disorder, which does not define me, but it played a part of how I was treated when I was growing up. And I didn't always see that being something that would propel me into my purpose or make me unique. And so one thing that I want young people to understand is that, God created you special just the way you are. And you're here for a purpose. We're all interconnected to help build one another up. And so that's one thing that I really want to leave with this generation. Use the uniqueness and the gift and the talent that God has placed in your hand, because that's what is going to be able to help the next generation after you.
Yeah, I totally get that. I was about 9 years old. When I was 9 years old, all of a sudden, after registering for the third grade, I couldn't walk the next day,
Oh,
and
wow.
I didn't understand why I couldn't walk the next day. I was around to my aunt's house, and all I can remember is I had a bologna sandwich before I went to bed. So
Mm,
in my mind, I'm thinking the bologna sandwich stopped me from walking. At 9 years old, you don't think about that, but
mm,
not knowing that my body was changing as far as my joints was concerned, and I ended up with junior arthritis. So of
mhm,
course, PE, as what it was called at that time, uh, I was not allowed to do PE
mhm.
according to the doctors. So I would never tell. So after being teased for so much, and kids are so mean, they're
So,
still mean,
yes.
but the meanness is different. But being mean and they making fun of my joints or whatever, I stopped telling the PE teacher anything health wise, so I can participate, and so I would not be teased. And it's just not a good it's not a good feeling at all.
No.
So, and attached to your performance art, you also do outreach ministry.
Yes,
So in
ma'am.
order to use
Yes,
it,
ma'am. So one of the main things when I write a play or a skit or we do any type of creative expression, I want that to accentuate the message of love and inspiration and positivity. And so, however we can touch someone in the audience or in the community, wherever venue that we're invited to, that's what I want to. That's what I want to do to help change life one creative expression at a time, one life at a time. However it is, whatever I can do to minister or to be a help to another young person, whatever area that they're, whatever area that they need is what I endeavor to do.
so have you had any success stories in all of your different skits and things that you have presented and have the children involved in? Have you had any success stories?
Oh, absolutely. One vividly comes to mind. I was at a particular church, and I had written, as creative artists, sometimes we have in mind how we want something to go. We have it all scripted out and have it all written out. It's supposed to be all, you know, laid out and perfect. But and so the performance was going on. And I didn't know at the time that there was a young lady that was dealing with the exact subject that I wrote about.
Wow.
And so in the middle of the performance, she was supposed to be delivering her lines, but she became overwhelmed emotionally. And she just stopped right there and began to tell her story about having a cleft palate. And so being born with a cleft palate. And the next thing I know, there was another young man that talked about his story. And this took on a trickle effect. And the next thing I know, I have all of these young people up here ministering in a different way. They're not doing the skit, they're not doing any type of creative expression. They're telling their story and talking about what they overcame. And they were reaching the audience. We just had this whole I don't know what you want to call it, but this whole time of this time of healing, for lack of a better word. And so I've had several um, incidents like that to where the art takes on a new life. I have it one way in my mind, but God steps in and does what He does, and so that's what it's all about to me.
Wow. I was just thinking that how we can set a plan, get
Hmm.
it started, and God steps in and just takes over, which is absolutely phenomenal to see. You know, we're here for our purpose in the plan that God has given to us, but to allow Him to take over or have that freedom, so to speak, without getting
Absolutely.
so upset that things didn't go the way they were or the way they should have gone. So I applaud you for that, for allowing it to take place, because someone else may not have done that or may not have recognized that. Okay, so God just stepped in, and
Yeah.
now these young people get a chance to testify or share their testimonial experience so that they can reach others, and to have that fire. And I spoke about that recently, how that fire can bounce from person to person to
Yes.
person. And
Hmm.
it's amazing to see. So I just love that. So do you have anything coming up soon?
Absolutely. The Love Has No Color production is going to be the third week in March at the Bartlett Performing Arts Center. And again, most recently, we have the Agri Center event, working along with um, another young lady, putting together an event at the Agri Center to where the young people will be featured in different segments. To kind of give, I would say, like a sneak peek of what's going to happen at Love Has No Color. So I
Okay.
would invite everyone to come out to that event. It's usually a great event. This young lady usually puts this event on every year, and it's usually always successful. And so we're just going to be a part with her helping doing the creative expression. But it's going to be a nice dinner, giveaways, like I said, a toy giveaway, and a lot of just different components. And I would love for the city of Memphis to come out.
So let me ask you this: how can a young person connect with you, or their parents connect with you, to get their young people into your program? Or is it like uh, a program where they have to register, have several different steps they have to go through to be a part of your performance arts program? How can they connect with you? And could you give us all of that information?
Yes, ma'am. I'd be delighted to. So you can register if you're interested in a young person being a part of the program, or if you're an adult who wants to volunteer in any capacity. You can register online at www on the website at www.uniqueyouth.org. If you go into the More tab, you'll be able to. There's a registration form online. I also will be stationed at the library this Saturday at the Benjamin Hooks Library in the Popular area in
And
person.
that's in Memphis.
Yes, ma'am, in Memphis, Tennessee. If you want to come out and register in person, I'll be there from 10:30 to 2:30 this Saturday. But you can register online. Also, you can call the business phone at 901 554 2560, and we can get you registered.
Okay, okay. So is there a certain age that the young people have to be?
The demographic that I'm looking for age wise is 11 to 19. Um, but like I said, if you are an adult who wants to volunteer, I'll be glad to have you on the team. And there's no discrimination as far as social and economic status. All ethnicities are welcome. All religious beliefs. I just want to be able to be a catalyst for change for all young people.
That's awesome. Do you have any group, or know of any group that may be uh, have programs for children that's under that age?
Under that age, I know the Boys and Girls Club in Memphis does serve under 11. Um, and I believe I want to say I don't want to misquote, but I believe the Young Actors Guild of Memphis does serve young people under age 11.
Okay, okay. The reason I ask, because I believe someone asked me about programs for children under the age of 11, and
Okay.
it's been a minute, and I just I just,
Yeah, I know the Boys and Girls Club of Memphis does for
oh
sure.
yeah, yeah. The Boys and Girls Club was really a lifesaver for me when
Yeah.
my children was children.
Hmm.
When my children was children, because they're adults now. So,
Hmm.
Miss Curzetta, is there anything else that you would like to share with us? How the audience? I know you've already told us about your two events, your upcoming events, and let me just say this: all of these events takes place in Memphis, Tennessee.
Hmm.
For those of you that live in the area, one is in Bartlett, and one is to take place at the Albert Center. So for those of you that lives in the Memphis area, or probably just even as far as South Haven, Olive Branch, and all those areas, you can take place of this or come to these great events. So if you have anything else that you would like to share with us, how we can get in contact with you, or just anything that you would just that you want us to know, you can share those things with us now.
Absolutely. I think I just want to leave with saying that this is not just an ordinary program where we're gathering youth and just giving them fun things to do. This is a program that I really want to dig into the mindset of young people, have these conversations and disciple young people per se. Because, sometimes we drop off when they get a little older, get the preteen age or the teenage age, is, they become, kind of disconnected. So I want to be one of those who stays and walks and helps to guide the trajectory of our next generation. Um, they're going to have fun, of course. They're going to be safe, of course. But they also are going to learn some valuable lifelong skills that they can take with them um, throughout the journey of their life. And so I love having fun. I love, you know, I'm a big kid at heart, so I love for the young people to enjoy themselves, but I also want to instill in them some things that are sustaining in their life.
Right, right. Now these programs are for girls as well as young boys
Absolutely, girls and boys are
between
welcome.
between the ages of 11 and 19.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
Mhm.
That's awesome. So if you could share with us are you on all social media, and how they can get in contact with you on social media?
On our social media platforms, so on Facebook is Unique Youth. You can go and like that page on Facebook. On Instagram, it is Unique Pay on Instagram. And on YouTube, I have not gotten into really YouTube or TikTok yet. I have a TikTok, but I haven't nurtured it like I should. So mainly on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, okay. And that
Mhm.
Instagram account again?
It's Unique Pay. Unique Pay. Unique YOUNIQUE Pay. PAY.
Oh, unique pay. Okay,
Mhm.
I thought you were saying paint. Okay. So it's been such a pleasure having you on, Miss Curzetta Austin. And if you have one last word for us, you can share that with us also.
I just want to say that I'm excited for what God is doing in the organization. I'm excited and I'm honored to be that you allowed me to come to your wonderful show. My mom always told me that nobody has to do anything nice for you or support you. So I appreciate that so much, your support and your belief in me. And I'm just looking forward to a lot of great things that are going to get ready to happen.
And let me just share with our audience, Miss Curzetta Austin, a nonprofit organization, Unique Performance Art and Outreach Ministry, was also one of our recipients
Yeah.
for our Servant Award 2021. So we are
Awesome.
so excited to honor her, and I'm getting choked up. So excited to honor her and everything that she do within the community. It is so important to give back to your community in some capacity. Don't think it's strange. If you have a passion for your community, go ahead and nurture that passion. Do not
Absolutely.
think it's strange that it has come upon you, because we just never know where God is going to place us. And placing us in a community and having a heart for the community is an awesome, awesome thing. And so I didn't get a chance to speak to you much that night. So I just want to thank you so much for everything that you do within your community and everything that you do for the youth within the community and outside of the community and everyone that's within the Memphis area that you work with. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we will speak with you on another day. Hopefully, I get a chance to come out to a couple of your events again. I did enjoy myself about a week or so ago when I
Mhm.
came out. So I was very impressed with how the children, the skit that they put on and the lesson learned was really great. So awesome, awesome job. And we applaud you for everything that you do.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so we will speak with you later.
Thank you.
Okay. Have a great one.
You too.
So we thank Miss um, Curzetta Austin for everything that she do within her community, outside of her community, the communities around her. We definitely thank her for that. And so we are reading from by Still Waters 365 Devotions to Quiet and Refresh Your Soul by Anita Hickman and Marion Leslie. And so, of course, I need to put on these readers. And this one is Not Too Still. And it reads, Rivers of living water will brim and spilled out of the depths of anyone who believes in me this way, just as the scriptures say, John 7:38, and that's coming from the Message Bible. And it reads, Look upon a pond with a calm on a calm day, and the surface appears to be a mirror reflecting sky and trees, and perhaps a goose flying by. No relentless waves hit the shore, splashing out their rhythmic song. I have a problem with that word. No rushing rapid erodes the rocks, smoothing them to a high shine. No, in fact, if the conditions are right or rather wrong, the pond is very still. The balance system of the pond fails. The pond and all the life in it begins to die. Ironically, this death occurs because of too much living. If algae and weeds grow faster than the bacteria in the water can break them down, the plants begin to choke the life out of the watery world underneath that stagnate surface. So much lively action has to occur under those smooth, still waters for life to keep going. Harmony must be maintained for this song to be sung. And if we are to spill over with the life of Jesus, we have to keep moving, not in a rush or with a dramatic crash, but with a consistent cycle of growth and maintenance and repentance and renewal. We must believe with every stage, whatever obstacles come or set back us may suffer. Let me read that again. We must believe with every stage, whatever obstacles come or set back, we must suffer. We may suffer. We must keep reaching up and up, moving toward the light. That's beautiful. It reads, Lord God, help me to keep reaching for you. Amen. And that's by Marion Leslie. And again, thank you so much for tuning in to OPM Live, which is an extension of Ordinary People magazine. I am your host, Verna V. Nickelberry. And until next time, love, peace, and increase, and be blessed.